some people, they might be like, oh, well, why are you talking about this? Like, I'm not ashamed. And I'm not afraid to share my truth and share my experience with other people. I've had a couple of people contact me about my experience with child abuse. Um, and they wanted to say something on the vlogs, but they didn't want to put their business out there. And I'm here to tell you guys that you don't have to share anything that you don't want to publicly. Um, that's why I'm doing this. And it's not just for you guys, it's for myself, because this is kind of like my therapy. It's a way for me to vent. It's a way for me to express myself because I didn't have that opportunity when I was a child. So for me to be able to tell you guys what I'm going through and what I'm experiencing, it's more for me to be able to look back on and be like, damn, I actually did it. Damn, I went through that and I overcame it. And there's nothing that can hold me back and tell me that I'm I'm less than of a person. I'm no better than you or anybody else. I have no shame. The way I look at it is that you have to be ashamed in order to be shamed. And for me, I'm not ashamed for what's going on in my life. I'm not ashamed for the things that I choose to do. I live with no regrets. I live with no resentment. I live with no fear because I lived my whole life with fear. And I'm 30 years old and I still don't have what I want. I still don't have the things that I thought I would have. And the part of it has to do with the fact that I was always living for other people. I was always seeking validation and love from other people and not realizing that they didn't have to live the life that I had to live. Like, they don't have to walk in my shoes. They don't have to deal with the consequences of the choices that I make because of the fact that I did what I did because I wanted to please them. I lived my whole life trying to please other people and make other people happy, and I'm tired of it. I'm just so over it. I don't give a shit anymore about any of that. And that's why I said, like, to me, people might say, you don't have nothing to show for it. How are you successful? How is that possible? How do you feel successful and you don't have $1 million? You don't have a mansion? To me, success and abundance is not about money. It's not about the kind of car you drive. It's not about the kind of house that you live in. It's not about any of that shit. To me, having success is about what's up here. What's up here is more important than what I have materialistically. I can have nothing, and I will still be happy in that peace. I don't know how many times I've lost things and I regained it. I don't know how many times I had to start over and regained everything else that I've lost. None of that shit matters to me anymore. It doesn't. And I'm not laughing because it's a joke to me. I'm laughing because I'm trying to avoid crying, because the amount of support and love that I've received from people that are not my family, it's overwhelming. It's really overwhelming. And the stories and the messages that I've received from people that said that they've been through the same thing that I've been through, or they're currently going through something similar that I'm going through, it doesn't make me feel like I'm alone. And I don't want anybody else to feel like they're going through it alone. I was trying not to cry in this video. I'm not sad. I'm not sad. I'm not scared. I'm not worried. I'm not stressed out. A lot of people want to see me fail because before I even got the views and the amount of subscribers that I got before Kiara shouted me on YouTube and I was down to like 250 views, I was getting people thumbing down my videos. And that was because of people that are watching me to see if I will fall. and to see if I would fail, because they're angry that I'm not miserable and I'm not being a negative person because of the things that are going on in my life. And the best way to to make people more pissed off is to be happy, regardless of whatever's going on in your life. And that's the truth, and it's sad. And I hear it all the time. I know people have said it numerous of times to me. What you're doing can get your kids taken away from you. What you're doing, you're risking your kids' life. You're putting your kids through this. You're putting your kids through that. People that have came to see us and visit us will tell you over and over again that my kids don't look like they're missing out on anything. That my kids still look happy. They're bathed. They're fed. They're taken care of. Emotionally, they have support. Mentally, they're being supported, not just by me and Leon, but by other family members that actually fucking care about them. And I'm not making this for people to feel bad for us. I'm not making this for pity. I'm not making this to ask for any help, because I don't want no help. Because I don't want people to throw that shit in my fucking face, which has been done to me numerous of times. Instead, I'd rather you take your so-called help and your so-called support and shove it up your ass. If you're gonna criticize me and you're gonna talk shit and you're gonna have an opinion and tell me what you think is best for me and my kids, I don't want help. I don't want anything from you. And this is specifically for my family who watch my vlogs and assume shit and then go and talk shit, because I know you do. No, I do not want to talk to y'all. No, I do not want to be bothered with y'all. I just don't. I don't want my kids to be filled with a whole bunch of negative bullshit and to grow up to be the angry black woman that I was. And if it wasn't for Leon and his family, I'd probably still be that angry black woman. And I'm just being honest. I can sit here and say that I was a horrible kid. I can sit here and say that I did some fucked up shit. And I can sit here and apologize for it with no problem. And I can look at myself in the mirror and see the person that I am. I can sit here and put it all out on the table for all the shit that I did. And I can own up to it and not feel guilty, not feel ashamed, and not be scared to hide behind something. I'm not that person. If you can, break the cycle. Just break the cycle with your own family. Your family is not entitled to your respect. You are not responsible to make them happy. You are not responsible to keep the toxic relationship in your life, because they're family. You don't owe them shit, and they don't owe you shit. And I'm not angry. I'm not angry at them. I'm not angry at what they did or what they didn't do, because they did what they could with what they had. And I'm only crying because, like, for me, it's just all I think about is those kids. Because if I put myself back in that little girl's mind, and I put myself back in that place, I don't want my kids to feel that way. I don't want kids to think like that. I wasn't even expecting to say all that. And I don't even know if I'm even going to post this, because even posting the video about the sexual abuse, I had really bad anxiety about it. Just break the cycle. Regardless if you have nothing and you have to start all over, even if you have to go to a shelter with your kids, I don't care what you have to do. Break the cycle, change your mindset, think positive, Have faith. Be yourself. Be authentic. Be transparent. Be you. And love yourself.